This is News Talk 710 KURV. It's a Friday. Woohoo! It's time to go to the movies. Every Friday at this time, we talk to Mom from the website moviemom.com. The movie Mom Nell Minow on the 60th anniversary of Disney. Here we go. Tomorrowland is now today. It has arrived. So did you like it, Mom, Tomorrowland?
I did. I liked it a lot.
Terrific.
I'm a huge fan of Disneyland, both in the original form and the way it is now. And I love the way they incorporated sort of that 1950s idea about the future, that wonderful optimism into the movie. It's also inspired a lot by another of the great influences of my childhood, the 1964 New York World's Fair. And the character played by George Clooney as a little boy goes to visit the fair, and it's about what happens then. It also takes place in the present as a young woman who is very interested in science and technology joins forces with George Clooney, who's kind of a grizzled, grouchy inventor, and they have to go off to save the future together. I love the look of it, and I love the ideas behind it, that what we need to do is all work together with imagination and creativity and optimism to make our future better.
So this doesn't devolve into chaos like a Jurassic Park type of movie.
No, there was a trailer for Jurassic Park before this one. There's quite a contrast
Jurassic
there.
World, I guess. Yeah.
Now, it is a little bit intense at times. There's some shoot-em-ups, and so I would say not for the little kids. It's rated PG, but for 7 and 8 and up and the family, I think this is a really nice family movie for a 3-day weekend.
How did they incorporate the whole Space Mountain concept? And did they?
Well, it's interesting. They all go to a kind of another dimension. There's almost an explicit call-out to the Wizard of Oz as they approach through a wheat field. It's kind of like approaching through the poppy field to the Emerald City. And so it's another dimension. It's an idea of the future for another dimension. And the question is, can we make that a reality, or are we stuck with some of the problems that we have here?
George Clooney, who else is in it?
Well, the girl who was the star of that Nicholas Sparks movie with Clint Eastwood's son a couple of weeks ago is in it, Britt Robertson, and Keegan-Michael Key, who we just saw last week in Pitch Perfect 2, and who was Angry Obama at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Oh,
I love him, and he is hilarious in this. So he's really, really great. And then the bad guy is played by the guy from House, Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, 20 years ago, as newlyweds, my wife and I, we ran over to Florida at Disneyland, and right before the park was closing, in the final hour, there was no line at Space Mountain.
Wow.
We rode that thing, I think, like 5-6 times over and over until we got sick. It was awesome. So what do you say? Can we watch this one in 3D and get sick as well?
It's not in 3D.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
But there are some just so imaginative. So the visuals are so great. Brad Bird, the guy who did The Incredibles and Ratatouille, directed this and co-wrote it. And the other writer is Damon Lindelof from Lost, so you know it's going to be spooky.
Okay, speaking of spooky, Poltergeist?
Yeah, the original is my all-time favorite horror movie. I love it when
really?
the little girl
Is that
goes,
right?
They're here.
Yeah.
And I love that movie. And so imagine my surprise when A, they remade it, and B, they decided not to show the remake to critics. So you are on your own.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Well, it kind of surprises me to hear that from you, Mom, because I know you hate scary movies.
I do, but this is the original is a PG-13 scary movie, which is just right for me.
Okay.
I love it.
So it says everything, the fact that they did not screen it for reviewers.
It
So there you go.
Any big stars in this movie? In
Sam Rockwell.
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Now, if you stay home this weekend, just in time for Memorial Day, just let's remember, in addition to all the picnics and the sales, what we're all about, American Sniper out on DVD and Blu-ray this week with a wonderful performance from Bradley Cooper as real-life American Sniper Chris Kyle, the late Chris Kyle.
Everyone in that movie was awesome. Bradley was terrific.
He was fantastic in it. Sienna Miller as his wife was absolutely great. It was a terrific movie. Ben Reed, who played his father, I got to interview him. He was wonderful. And also this week we got Strange Magic, an animated film from George Lucas. It's a little weird, but the music is really terrific. So that's a possibility.
So you're saying it has an 80s soundtrack?
It has everything. It has a little bit of everything in the soundtrack.
Okay.
It does have the song Strange Magic, but that's what's fun about it, is it's very eclectic. Now, next week I will be gone as The Rock tries to save California from crumbling off into the Pacific Ocean in San Andreas. Yeah. But I will be back the following week to talk to you about Melissa McCarthy in Spy, which I'm super excited about. We've also got the new Pixar movie Inside Out coming up, all kinds of wonderful stuff. Bradley Cooper again in Aloha with Emma Stone. So we're going to have a lot of fun this summer.
Have a wonderful, restful Memorial Day weekend, Mom. Thank you much. That's movie mom Nell Minow joining us on 710 KURV, the website moviemom.com.